My dear children, good morning to all. So, last class we were dealing with our first chapter, Planet Earth, our home. Yes or no? We were saying about Earth, different things about Earth. And the next video was about solar system. We said about 8 planets, we said about Earth and all the things. Yes or no? So today we are moving with the last video and also very important part of this first chapter, that is Planet Earth. We are moving with the last and very important part of this first chapter, Planet Earth. Listen carefully, my dear children. Earth is the only planet to have living things such as plants, animals, and we all human beings. Yes or no? Once again, listen carefully. Earth is the only planet to have living things such as plants, animals, birds, and us, that is human beings. Is it clear for you? And the next thing is that this Earth, we know Earth is a planet. Earth is a planet. This Earth receives heat and light. This Earth receives heat and light. Morning when we wake up, the sun rises in the east and we will get light. And evening, the sun sets in the west. And what will start? Night will start. Yes or no? So in between we will get heat and light. This heat and light. Who receives this heat and light? Earth receives heat and light. And the next point is that Earth is surrounded by a protective blanket. A protective blanket. This Earth is surrounded, otherwise covered, by a protective blanket called atmosphere. The atmosphere means what? So, where we live. Is it? Where we live is known as atmosphere. So, this Earth is surrounded by a protective blanket. Surrounded by a protective blanket. And what is the name of that protective blanket? Yes, the name of that protective blanket is atmosphere. And the next thing is that this Earth atmosphere is made up of different gases. The Earth atmosphere is made up of different gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. My dear students, listen carefully. I told you the Earth is surrounded by a protective blanket called atmosphere. That is, atmosphere means where we live. That is known as atmosphere. And the last point is that this atmosphere is made up of tiny layers of gases such as nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and oxygen. And we need oxygen to live. We need oxygen to live. My dear students, without oxygen, will we able to live? No, it is very impossible for us to live without oxygen. And I don't know, in small classes or in 5th standard, in the science, we will learn about a term known as photosynthesis. The term known as photosynthesis. What is this photosynthesis? The process of taking, who is taking? Plants, in the case of plants. The process of taking carbon dioxide to prepare food, and they release oxygen for the human beings. That process is known as photosynthesis. No need of hearing and by hearting this photosynthesis. Just for saying this, oxygen only I said. We need oxygen to live. Who is giving oxygen for us? During the preparation time for the plants, these plants release oxygen for us. breathe and they take all the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere for preparing food. That is known as photosynthesis. And the next thing is that we are moving with the next point. That is, we are moving with the earth itself. And the thing is that 1/4 of earth's surface is covered by land. 1/4 of the earth's surface is covered by land and 3/4 of the earth is water. 1/4 is land and 3/4 is water. And when we look, the earth looks blue from the outer space. When we look from the outer space, when we look from outside, we will feel earth's color is blue. So, we will call earth as blue planet also. When we look from the outer space, we feel it as blue. So, earth is also known as blue planet. And the last part is, this earth has two movements. This earth has two movements, a rotation and a revolution. Earth has two movements and rotation and revolution. My dear students, just to look one circle, that is, you have to imagine it as earth, and one line cuts this earth. Can you see? One line cuts this earth. This imaginary line on which the planet spins. Just imagine this earth as a planet. Can you see? Earth. And if I cut it with one line, that imaginary line spins. That spins. Can you see? That imaginary line on which this planet spins, is known as rotation. It is known as rotation. Be very careful. One circle, imagine it as earth. We cross it with a line. This line is known as imaginary line, and this imaginary line on which the planet spins is known as a rotation. And rotates once. This earth rotates once on its axis in 24 hours. In 24 hours. That is, this earth rotates once. This earth rotates once. The earth rotates once on its axis. Axis will be there. Just imagine this as axis. And it spins. It rotates within 24 hours. And next we are going to deal with a revolution. If it is rotation on one side, we should know what is revolution also. So this revolution means the movement of the earth around the sun is called a revolution. The movement of the earth around the sun is called a revolution. And it goes once around within 365.5 days. So my dear children, listen carefully. The earth takes 365 and 1/4 days to go once around the sun. Imagine this as sun. This is sun. This earth, it go round the sun. This earth go round the sun once. Only once. Within how many hours? 365 and 1/4 days. Within 365 and 1/4 days. So my dear children, listen carefully. Before winding the class, today we were dealing with our planet Earth. we were dealing with our planet Earth, and the important point was Earth has two movements, rotation and revolution. And rotation means what is rotation and what is revolution. We dealt with that one. And this Earth, in the case of revolution, this Earth takes 365 and 1/4 days to go around the sun. And in the case of revolution, this Earth rotates once on its axis in 24 hours. The revolution around the sun causes different seasons on the Earth. Revolution causes different seasons also. So my dear students, before winding, you have to go through the text very nicely and you have to study the things what I have given to you and what I am going to give as notes. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.